Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another action figure review on my channel. Today we're going to be looking at and discussing the Marvel Legends of Venompool Build-A-Figure. So, I have some complaints, a lot of positives that really outweigh the complaints. Anyway, let's just get into it. So, we'll start with the accessories. First, we'll start with these particular hands. He's got these wide, really clawy hands that you would expect to see with a regular Venom figure, except they have the texture for the suit on there. You can see that as the light shines on it. It's got the texture, and he's got the veins sculpted on there. I love the sculpt of these. I think it looks really good. You can see the fingernails. Could have been nice if we had painted fingernails, like a black paint, but not a big deal. I think it looks really good. So, and we do get one of those for each side. And then we come to the back. We get his katanas and his sheaths. Let's take a look at the katanas first. They are identical, so let's take a look at just one of them. Here, we'll scoot him forward a little bit, and you can see, if it'll focus, on the blade right here. I love how damaged and dented it is. I think that looks really good, how dinged up it is. I guess like a brighter silver on these would have really made it pop and made it look less cheap, but man, I'm really feeling these. And then on the Suba right here, we have this nice little design for a katana, and just the Suba alone is a really pliable material. The rest is, stiff, but this is kind of pliable, which I find kind of odd, but it's okay. And then the handle, you can see the wraps. It looks really good. Really, really good. It's just black plastic right there. And it will fit in just like that. Blade up as it should be. Because, as you know, katanas in real life are actually stored blade up. And it really bothers me whenever figures try to store blade down, because that's not accurate. They're stored blade up, which makes sense because you don't want to damage your blade. And you can turn them upside down. They're not going to fall out. And the sheaths look really good. I like them, but this is probably my biggest flaw with the figure. Here, let's get the katanas out of here real quick. Set those aside. The way, I love everything about this, but the way that it goes on is a real pain in the butt. I mean, it's good while it's on. It's not gonna fall off or anything. It looks good. So I'm gonna take it off, and I showed it to you while it was on because I'm not gonna put it back on in this video because it's too difficult to do, and I can't imagine trying to do it on camera. But it does just clip right onto there. You can see that this indentation, like this mold, is the same as the mold on the strap. You can see a nice silver painted buckle on here. I like that a lot, but I think this really would have benefited from a peg system, because the way you do it is you have to line it up like that, and it's just really hard to do. You gotta fidget with it, and it's a huge pain in the butt, and it takes crazy strength to put it on there, but I do like it. And as I mentioned, swords just slide right in there. And let's take a look at Venompool himself. We'll get to the other hands, don't worry. So taking a look at this head sculpt, I like it quite a bit. Here, get him to kick forward a little bit so I can get him closer to the camera, or just bend his knees maybe. There we go. I like this head sculpt a lot. Look at that, man. That is just so awesome. I love the paint on here, how they painted all the silver. I love the indentation for the suit. It's just fantastic. Look at that tongue, man. The bottom of it. It's crazy. Those teeth, those big choppers. Oh my gosh. So awesome. Seriously. Wow. Really out of the ordinary character too. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a video game character from Contest of Champions. I don't know if he was in the comics or not, but you know, that's all I know about him. It's very cool. And this textured pattern goes all the way on the suit, all the way throughout on the suit in the red parts. So in the torso, the legs, the arms. But yeah, getting lower, you see this strap. It is a completely separate piece, so you can move it around like so. Looks really good. I like the brown. I like that they added the silver there. I really like this Deadpool logo. It's kind of shiny. It looks really good. I love it a lot. And I love these like staples in the suit right here. They're all sculpted and painted silver. Looks really good. Look at these massive shoulders. My gosh, they're amazing. And then you got the bicep right here. Once again, all sculpted and painted good. Looks really good. And then getting a look at the back, got a little paint missing right here, a little black paint, but not a big deal. And you got this spine in here. That's crazy. Look at that. That is awesome. And you see the strap continues. Once again, moves around. Looks really good. And the sculpt does continue all the way through the crunch and forward as well. Very good. Now we get to the bottom. He's got this pouch on his right leg. I think it looks really, really good. It's brown. It's not loose or anything. It's, well, maybe a little bit, but it's not, I don't know. It's on there. I promise it's on there. I like the silver buckles. It's just the brown all the way, like the rest of it throughout. And then on the wrists here, he's got these things like he broke out of a chain or something, and they're on the ankles as well. But he's got this chain right here, and it's pretty awesome. And he also comes with these hands. They grip the swords. They grip them really well to demonstrate putting them on there or putting them in there. You just, it takes a little strength, but you can do it. Just gotta shove them on down in there, and you will hold them really well. They don't wiggle or fall out or anything like that. Here, let me try to get it on out of there real quick. See, you just get it on out of there by, once again, just pushing and pulling. You kind of gotta mess with it a little bit. It's kind of difficult to get in there. And one other flaw. I mentioned this being my biggest flaw of the system right here, which isn't even all that big of a deal, but it's an inconvenience. It really is. The hands, the wrists, they look really good, but they are so difficult to get out and in. I mean, it takes crazy strength to get them out of there and in there. I mean, I'm concerned as to whether anybody but me will be able to do it, you know, because I'm just playing, I'm playing. But yeah, it's a short little stubby peg right there. And I'm not going to do it on camera because, like I said, it's really hard to do. It is doable, obviously, but it's difficult. And these wrist things are not attached. They will come off once you pull it off if you want to take them off or anything like that. But they don't shift. They can swivel, but they don't shift. And yeah, another thing worth noting is these hands have a hinge up and down, while, or side to side, whatever, while these ones have it like, you know what I mean, up and down. So these ones go, these ones go, but it doesn't matter because these wrist things make it almost impossible to get any movement out of there. We'll get into the articulation, but anyway, right now I just want to take a look at the legs. Look good. He's got really small legs for the fat body. I mean, really. The black on there looks really good. Got these ankle-lets things, all black on the bottom, peg holes and everything. 2020, all sorts of stuff. And on the back, let's see if I can successfully do this. There we go. On the back, wide shot. Front, wide shot. Looking very awesome. Now let's see if we can get to the articulation. So his head is on a ball and a hinge, and it will look up. Shoot. Hold on a second. That far. It will look down all the way. It will turn side to side, and it will tilt just a tiny bit. The shoulders are pretty, soft. They're not stiff, A lot of shoulders like this are really, really stiff. These ones are pretty soft, and I'm thankful for that. They move out that far, not quite a T-pose. They will move forward, back. They go all the way around. Bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, bends in about 90, and the wrists turn side to side. And like I said, one of them hinges up and down, and one of them hinges side to side, but it doesn't really work out so well. He will crunch forward. You got to move the harness up above him, and he will crunch forward that much, and he can look up enough to compensate for it, so that's good. And he will crunch back about, oh shoot, is his fist in the way? I'm sorry. And he will crunch back about that far. And he has a waist swivel. Legs will move out that much, forward that far. And if you want to get him into a sitting pose, I don't know. Yeah, it's not really working out for the sitting pose for this guy. Whoops. Upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees bending that far. Ankles will move. Oh shoot. They will move down that far. Obviously they're pretty stiff. And they will move up. Maybe. Let's see. They will move up that far. Man, they're really stiff, but I am doing it on the camera, so it should be easier for you once you just have it in the hand. And he will have ankle pivot, which is very good because he has it helps with posing. So all in all, I like this. No, that's wrong. I love this. I really do. I love this figure a lot. Oh shoot. No, I lied. We're gonna get to some size comparisons and measurements. So move accessories out of the way. Angle up so we can get some space above him. And to measure him out, he stands at about a little over 8 inches to the top of his head. And to get out some of the figures that it took to build him, some of the more obscure characters, we have the Venomized Miles. See how he towers over him. We have the Venomized Spider Gwen. I'll stand her in front of him. And we have Phage. And I will put up reviews for these guys as well as the rest of the wave if you want, but you can see how he stands next to him. So just go ahead and take those out of the way. And now we can get into some final thoughts. I really like this guy a lot. I have just a few complaints. The biggest one being the sheath issue. That's really just a huge pain in the butt. If you get this figure, you'll see what I mean. It's doable. It's not the worst thing. It doesn't ruin it for me. I'm still very happy to have it, but it is a pain in the butt. And the hands, the fact that they don't get their hinges in, and they're really hard to get in and out. That's sort of a weak spot for me, I must say. But all in all, my final score is, I would say about an 8 out of 10. You know my complaints, I talked about him. You can get him into some pretty cool poses. For a figure of this size, he is massive, as we saw. But you can get him into some cool poses, and these little legs will stand, surprisingly enough, and support his giant body. So, I'm kind of half-assing a pose right here, but it does look very cool. I love this figure. So yeah, for a Build-A-Figure, 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10, something like that. Whatever I said before, that's what goes. So thank you for watching this video. If you have any suggestions, I would really like to hear them for future videos, for either figures or how to make my videos better. I'm getting new equipment. It's on its way right now. Excited for that. Yeah, I hope you're doing good. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you got this